Okay, on the next part of Parousia Armageddon, I'll just say that I've got a warning on here, some strong language and adult content to raise conscious awareness in order for the truth to set us free. Oh, I need my glasses. From the sins causing hurt, betrayal, sickness, grief and pain, in accord with Romans 6, 7 and 8 and Revelation 21, where God will remove every tear from our eyes and death will be no more. Certainly death of the spirit will be no more. And mourning and pain will be no more. And so when we mourn the pain, so that grieving process, I'll put a link in here with a poem for helping through the grieving process, then the healing will occur. But of course, the love of God is to observe his commandments, which means to do no harm, so not to hurt others, so then we don't get the pains. So love is not a cortisol. God's love is not a cortisol. And healing for all nations and heaven on earth. Because out of every language and tongue, Revelation 7:9 says. But I would say it's, in terms of our physiological blood, it's sins that are anti to Christ. Anti to the Christ blood, because they create the stress hormones. And God's love is teaching us not to create those stress hormones, because at the end of the day, it's us who suffer the hurt and pain. So today I'm going from number 24, which is Lonely Student Loans, looking at we've got Lonely Student Loans, taxing the taxes, monopoly, artificial intelligence, mud. So that's the Geiger Bay issue that we had here in Cardiff, with the possibly contaminated mud, and then daffodil seeds and apocalyptic poem, and probably Revelation 11:18 are included in this session. Okay, so some more causes of hurt, pain, sickness and disease, and surely we should be looking after and supporting our children, not stressing them out and making homes too expensive to be able to afford. Okay, let's pop that one in there. There. Oh, a little bit further over. There we go. Lonely Student Loans, Not So Great Britain, 2019. Inspired by a conversation with a friend who dropped out of university. I am so sorry to hear you say you have had to pay all your money to be taught you won't be able to buy your own home, and you need a loan to pay for that education, and your student castle that parent property developers invest making and marketing education for their pensions, second, third and 100th homes, paying for the manipulation of markets to keep you down. You may well frown, Botox won't smooth away that worry. The burden, the hopelessness of taught immorality. Drink and smoke. Take some dope. Have a good time, it's better not to whine. The burden is heavy to bear for a generation of good kids who want to care. Who work hard, train hard, examined, tested and sold out to the end of the capitalism of greed and the selfish need of superior affluence that is a superficial stress and a mess created by trends of never attaining to enough knowledge to be good enough. Never good enough. Churn out more knowledge and confused to a state of no accurate knowledge and no truth to amuse? What sort of parenting is this? What sort of society is this? working so hard we don't even know our kids. Treat them as an income. Well, that is not fair income. Feeding manufactured food and wondering why they get a mood, cancer, ME, depression and low energy. You see, money is not utility, and only with humility can we change this world's ability and offer a hopeful future to our children, to have a home, partner and family. If we cram so much knowledge we don't know who we are, then of course we will forget the crimes of regret, and it will all be worthless, lost in pills, dementia, Alzheimer's and organ donation. Well, for your information, let me give you some education. Life is for sharing all the good. Give, not take, to make kindness. Give time to make some joy. Make positive love, not war. Make love, not just sex. Have patience, faith and trust for heaven on earth. Paradise, Eden for all. Equality for harmony between all kinds, mutual respect in order to connect, for faith in men and women being kind, that we can put behind the selfish hurts of primitive, fearful man. The lesson is to evolve, 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 to find your love and create the glory of love, for an abundance of wonderful experiences through life each and every day. We are the creation and we are still evolving. Only when each and everyone is thriving, with satiated minds and tummies in peace, have we learnt the lesson and our education is complete. Then we will have passed the test. You see, with positive love, there is no need to compete. There is plenty for all. Make some time. Today is our present, and our present is a present only if and when we are present. And life should be pleasant. Life is God's gift. Life is not a cortisol. Taxing taxes. The bedroom tax, the council tax, the income tax and value-added tax are taxing you and me indefinitely, making us weary to infinity, and my ancient granny ain't so dandy. We used to have a cult of faith that now we need to cultivate for our youth to rise and prosper, to make our parenting seem proper. There ain't no colours and ain't no genders when we evolve into being human beings, being humans, being loving beings, being human, humane. That is all that is asked from above, that we do love within love's laws, and that is how we open doors to parallel worlds of life so fine we can drink fine wine and have time to put washing on the line, to air away the life not fair of a struggling generation of good people who care. We are educating with the wrong food for love. We are filling with fast food, dense with mood and capital annihilation, when it is time to leave the station of a nation in poverty. Poverty is only a state of mind of duality, where there is no equality, just austerity. But now it is time to rise and thrive, to be the best we can be, which can and will set us free. Abundant life is just a change of thought. Monopoly. Just one thing to say. The rent is too high. No fun playing any more. We need a new game where we all can thrive, where I becomes we, where mono becomes poly. Artificial intelligence. Slipped in softly, secretly behind the scenes, where idleness meets idolatry. Idolatry fuels idleness, mimicking like 2-year-olds in nursery, autonomy yet to learn. Autonomy sidelined automatically, order dictated, freedom thwarted, mothers enslaved to automated traffic lights, in automobiles on auto drive, speeding for school pickup, men picking up more mothers to be, passions thwarted, love diverted, released as an archer's bow, in the name of safety, touch and abuse, mistouch the abuse, no touch and abuse, ignorance the ignorer, isolation the pinnacle, independence the poster, loneliness the product, automated, intelligence forgotten, sold out, artificial, No art in artificial. Artificial intelligence can only be a contradiction of itself. Mud. This poem was inspired by hashtag Geiger Bay, Mud issue 2018, and the Hippopotamus song. Mud, mud, not glorious mud. Nothing quite like it for killing our blood. So follow me, follow, down to the hallows so we don't have to wallow in toxic live mud. Mud, not glorious mud. Why waste lives with live waste matter? Daffodils. As I sit and stare, I feel despair at this nightmare of no flowers again. Bulbs doctored fertile for only one season, for only one reason. Impotent, flowerless stems of wilting green. What will happen to those crowds of golden daffodils? Seeds. We grow the seeds and scatter the good seed on the land, and does it really matter from whom we lend a hand? The seeds are free to grow with care, and they are not meant to be laid bare to scientific perfection, only in a monetary direction. A direction that is not good for trees, a direction that maybe even kills bees, a direction that could lead to world hunger. The red, black and pale horses ride with thunder. Sometimes nature knows more how to be. Sometimes nature knows more than our chemistry. Apocalyptic poem. The red, black and pale horse ride with thunder. Thunderous clouds of hail and snow, bringing cold wherever they go, reaching to lands far and wide, going to affect many new brides. Not what she had planned for her wedding day. Psychopathic games being played. Games of hunger, death and thrones, ice reaching inside to her bones. Reaching the marrow, harrowing thoughts, causing divisions of all sorts. Dichotomies of mind, tipping the scales away from man being kind. Tipping to fractions of slated grey, slavery to states of being not gay, slavery to hunger, thirst and no day, slavery to making no hay. Slavery riding into the day, galloping our freedoms away, causing the blood to rage like the sea, burning as an ember tree. Causing the charcoal to burn somewhere new, making potash a chance to renew. Time to release the pure white horse, jousting with the paler horse, knocking him far off course with a new form of discourse. The red horse cannot fail to stumble, causing all the greed to crumble, causing the black horse to turn his back and turn around and head right back. Time to bring out the new city of gold that we have been waiting from times of old, galloping white horses bringing the food to avoid those negative moods. Making fields of darkness white like snow, placing footprints, showing which way to go. Revelation 11:18. God will bring to ruin those ruining the earth. God is love, so love will bring to ruin those ruining